Ciao everybody, it is that time of the month again where I do a recap of all the projects that I've done in the in the month. So this is October. I'm a little bit late, not as late as I have been in the past. It's been another month. Unexpectedly, my son was hospitalized again, and it was a little bit of a scare with his heart. And it was, just it blindsided us. We didn't expect to be there for an entire week again. And when they hospitalize my son, it's the same as hospitalizing me because I don't leave him. I stay right there with him. And so we're both a little bit frustrated. So I'm actually, again, a little bit behind on my video schedule. But I have to tell you, we go to the same hospital, and he's been hospitalized quite a lot this year. And I know that so many of you relate to health challenges that are just ongoing, because I get a lot of private messages, and I'm following a lot of your own situations. So I share this because I don't like to make it seem like everything is just, rainbows and sunshine all the time. Although I do find a lot of joy in my work. I love what I do. And, I've been sharing a lot of my nature walks and my power walks and what's going on in my neighborhood and the wildlife that I see all the time, because that helps me, and it helps me to stay positive and to feel happy when I get outside and see that, there is really a lot of beauty in the world. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way, but so I share these things for that reason. But I have to tell you guys, if you remember, I don't even remember how long back, but a few months back, I did a couple of videos on making beaded pins. And I had shared with you guys that I keep some extra ones in like organza gift bags, and I just keep them with me. And the last time that my son was hospitalized, I had just finished that video, so I had a lot made up. And we were in the hospital again for like 8 or 9 days that time. And I got in my car and got those pins out, and I put them on the counter in my son's hospital room, and just said to each of the nurses that came in, each of the different people that come in, nutrition and all the PT and all the people that come in and out of your hospital room, just, help yourself, that I just made some pins for the nurses. And the nurses were coming to me this time and telling me how much they love them, and did I have anything else? And I wasn't expecting to go there again. So, oh my goodness, I have to get busy making some gifts to keep with me for just such occasions, because one nurse, she said, we remember people that are kind to us. And, I said, how is it that anybody's not kind to you? You do such a hard job. And she said, you'd be surprised, but everybody remembered me. And just, for that little thought that I had for them. So it's just a great idea if you guys are in the same situation. So speaking of gifts, I have done a lot of videos this past month kind of thinking about gifting. I like to make things for my friends. We have a soiree coming up at my house. We're going to do it like a bead retreat and make it an overnighter, so we can bead in our jammies and go in the hot tub and have some wine, and nobody has to drive. So I've been working on a few little gifts and things for my friends when they come. So some of those things are, and I just finished this, are taking our beads and flowers and things, and like our check glass flowers, and making little flower stems and make a beaded bouquet. Or you could even just do single stems and embellishing them. And this is a really inexpensive trinket box. It was $4.99. And making like little gift boxes that with handmade flowers, and then you could fill them with chocolates or beads or whatever. So that was one of the things that I did. And also my little jars, I'm going to reach behind me. My little jars, I've shared these with you before, but I love to make these little jars that are embellished with beads and bead caps, and then fill them with beads. They make great beading needles, and you could put like little mints in here, little peppermint candies or whatever. If you have gifts to make, those little beaded jars are really great. And then also I love to do bookmarkers. So I have this past month done a lot of videos. I think it's 4 on different ways that I make my beaded beads and then what to do with them. So this is a bookmarker that I made, and I showed you guys how to do a little bit of silk ribbon embroidery, a little bit of bead embroidery. Like this is a felt bead, and I've just if it will stay still, I've just beaded around the edge. And then I use different things to do my boho beads. Like this is a paper clip that's color coded and it has bead dangles. And I even took some paper crafting supplies and put like a little message on this one. And then here's one that I did on really fine ball chain, and it also has a little paper clip tassel. Let me put this one down. It has a little, like instead of a tassel, a little flower covered, fiber embellished, little paper clip end, and then an embroidered heart and a little pink floofy on this end. And these are just so fun and wonderful to make. And you know, you can give these along with if you have a favorite book that you want to gift, or a puzzle book, a word search, you know, a new planner, a journal. Like you can give a kind of a gift story and make it some kind of a book and a handmade bookmarker. Now I have done a ton of beaded beads, and I'm not even going to try to hold up all the beaded beads in this video, but I'll pop up some pictures of some of those beaded beads, and you know, just so you can see. And I think I even reviewed some of those videos last month. I'm not sure at this point. You know, my friend Dale, she was teasing me because I said, we've been in the hospital, we lose track of the days, we lose track of time. And I said, we feel like we have jet lag. And she said, that's terrible. Jet lag without a trip like to Italy or something. And that is exactly how I feel. So, but I did another project with one of my beaded bead videos, and so this was this is a bead lover's pendant is what I called it, because I took this little bead cylinder and filled it with beads, and I used one of my handmade like donut beads that's wrapped in sari silk to embellish it. And then I did another one. This is one that I did with the citrine gemstone from Adornable Elements. I used the little citrine tiny microfaceted gemstones to make this tassel, and I filled this little cylinder with the citrine beads and just added a little bow, and I put a really large bail on it so I can wear this on different chains, pendant, leather, different leather cords and things, and it's a, you know, just an interchangeable pendant. So that was such a fun video. And then Bargain Bead Box was really interesting this month. It was called Midnight Menagerie, and to be honest, it's not my color story, so I took the challenge and I took some of the gorgeous beads in the box, and I noticed that there were pink flashes in a couple of the beads, so I decided to pull out the pink, and I did this bracelet with an extender chain that's like smoky gray and pink and black and gold, and I just love it. And then in that video I also created this really funky, very articulated bracelet that is so cool, made out of wire and bead components. And this was so easy and fun to do. But I also, in doing this, I thought of another version of this. So I think you'll be seeing another version of this bracelet in another video. And then I get both of the boxes from the Czech Republic. Czech Beads Exclusive is one of them, and the other one is called Bohem Style. And I did, they were very leafy and autumnal this month, and so I did this multi-chain bracelet with leaves and round beads that are in the autumnal colors, and some beautiful olive beads for that one. And then this one I think was the Bohem Style, and I took a leaf, rather large leaf pendant, and attached some Czech glass leaves to the top of that and made like a beaded chain. I use this tool, a bracelet bending tool, to curve this large leaf into like a bracelet bar. So if you can see, it sits on top of the wrist just really beautifully. And I've been wearing this bracelet a lot. I just love it. It's very autumnal, and you know, it's just a great way to freshen up our wardrobe. without really buying new clothes, but just like make some fresh pieces of jewelry. And then this was my Potomac treasure box. I did this super duo heart pendant with the Potomac treasure box, and this is just so easy. The instructions that I did are step by step, and even if you're a beginner to needle and thread to bead weaving, I think you would be able to accomplish this pendant. It was just really, really fun and not too long of a project. And then along with that, the Potomac treasure box, I did this autumnal leaf pendant. Let me turn it around so you can see. And this was just like a little bit of an unusual way to make a necklace. I have a double pendant here. It's not facing the camera. I have a double pendant here, so I have like a little leaf charm hanging in front of this glass leaf, and just this acorn is hanging in the middle here, and then it goes into these really petite autumnal colors, and there's no clasp on this. This is just a pop over the head necklace, and I just loved doing that. I also did this sort of candy pieces bracelet for Jesse James Beads. This went on their channel and then my channel as well. And so they have a great sale going right now. And this was a bundle of bead strands. And I just took the candy corn colors and like the autumnal colors, and like, doesn't that ceramic cube bead look like a caramel? And I did each bead embellished in a special different way and then connected them, and it's just such a beautiful bracelet. And also with Jesse James Beads, I did this bracelet. I love these beads. Are in a mix, and they're from the Coquette collection, and they're filigree, they're enamel, they have teeny tiny pearls on them, and they have these really cool funky mother of pearl kind of peanut beads, but they fit together, and just they have cool things on their website. I love the Fab Finds section of the website, so I got this little charm from there and added it to my bracelet, and I just love this. It's got stations in it, so that was another really fun project. And then what do I want to do next? Oh, the Soft Flex Design Challenge Kit was so pretty. It was called Thanks a Latte, and I did this really gorgeous, it was a color palette of almost like strawberry cream and coffee. So it had like some pink and some teal and some chocolate beads in it. So I took a little piece of memory wire and made some little dangles with the crystals and did this memory wire bracelet, but with a twist. It has like seed bead lace, if you will, going all the way around and orbiting some of the crystals, and it just turned out great. It's just such a pretty piece. I love that piece. That's gorgeous. Let me see if I'm missing anything else. That's everything in my tray. What is next? Okay, I'll do I know what I'm gonna do next. I do a collaboration box with Didi Beads. We don't do it every month. And I'm gonna just say, sometimes there's confusion between the Didi's Deluxe Bead Box, which Stella, the founder of Didi Beads, has been doing for many years. And it goes for sale on the 12th of every month. And it is not a subscription box. It's first come, first serve. And her box is just amazing. She's amazing at curating a bead box, and so that is her box, and I do review that box for you, and I do like coordinate my video so that my video goes live at the same time that the box is going for sale. But this box is a collaboration that she and I do separate from that, and I know there has been some confusion about that, and we don't have a specific day every month, or we don't even do it every month. But this month we did one that was called Opaline Muse, and it was all these like pastel candy colors with flowers and enamel and morganite and crystals, and just absolutely beautiful. So that was one of my necklaces from that box. And then in the box there were some little check glass, really small little flower petals, and I did this little pendant and showed you guys how to do that and how to string this really petite little crystal necklace, and I absolutely, one of my favorite projects that I've done. I love that. And then I also did, where's my bracelet? Oh, and I did a little bracelet with it. And I came back and did some earrings. Aren't they adorable? They're just so pretty. I'm taking my son out to dinner tonight. He was so upset because we were supposed to go to a beach holiday, and he had a restaurant on the beach picked out that he wanted to go to. So I said, well, we can still go even though our holiday got canceled because of the hospital. But look at these cute little stick earrings. Aren't they awesome? I just love them. They're all in one. So they're on a ball head pin, and I just did a little bead stack, and then my ear wire is right at the top of the bead. So no ear wire required for this design, no ear back. And as you can see, they sit beautifully in your piercing and they come in and out very easily. This is one of my favorite ways to make earrings. I wish you guys could see. I should take a picture of this. I got this really cool earring rack so that all my earrings that I have to try on for you are not a mess in a tray. So I need to find a place to put it besides where it is. But this was the other little kind of chandelier earring that I did with my collaboration box with Didi beads. Isn't that so pretty? It's just the right length for a little chandelier earring. I did this little stick pendant. I wore this the other day and it's so comfortable. And this is one of my chains that I do my bails on my pendants pretty large, and then that way I can change out my chains. So the other box that Didi Beads does is her box, the one that is called Didi's Deluxe Bead Box that goes for sale on the 12th of every month. And it was called Fall Fever, and I just loved it. And so there were, I've got this backwards, there were some little branch connectors in the box, and I decided to put mine together to make like a focal pendant. And there was this gorgeous bonus item in the box and just a little dot of red and a beautiful bead mix in it. I mean, you'll never be disappointed in a Didi's Deluxe Bead Box. So when it goes for sale on the 12th of every month, you are buying the box that you're not seeing. So when my video goes up on the 12th for the box of that month, it's the reveal of the box that everyone has ordered. So you are ordering like a surprise box, but you'll never be disappointed, like never be disappointed in Didi's Deluxe Bead Box. And then I have to say, I absolutely loved the Sam's Bead Box this month. It was all centered around marigolds. And so I did this goddess bracelet, but a little bit of a unique version of a goddess bracelet because it's done on Brazilian waxed cord, and it has bead stations, these agate beads in between the goddess weave. And this is super easy. They put these wonderful flowers with a center drilled hole, and that's what I used for the closure on this bracelet. And so if you are new to like any kind of weaving or even Brazilian waxed cord, this would be a great project for you because it's just so easy and it's beautiful. It just turned out great. And then I also did this artisan wire bracelet where each bead, I just mixed up all the colors of marigolds and cosmos in the box, and each bead is a component separated by an artisan wire squiggle. I had so much fun making these, and I think I'm going to do another version of these. And then I also used the little purple garnet gemstones to make a teeny tiny little tassel as a charm for this bracelet. So I've been wearing that. I love that bracelet. And also with Sam's Bead Box, it was amazing. This box was truly amazing. Look at this bracelet, you guys. This is a coin-shaped amethyst bead and those purple garnets that are micro gemstones, and I turned them into little ring components and this gorgeous fuchsia check glass faceted round, and I just made like a beaded chain like no other, and I put a solid brass extender chain on it with a little bow and a little dangle, and this is like one of my favorite bracelets of all time. I love this, and I did earrings to go with these to dinner tonight, but I'll show you one up close. I'll put one on and I'll show you one up close. but aren't these just beautiful? They have little chains hanging down. Aren't they just absolutely beautiful? I love the way these turned out. Just a tiny bit of wire working. I'll hold one up really close to the camera. A tiny bit of wire working, little bit of seed beads, and the purple and ruby colored beads from the box, and they're just absolutely regal, and there's so much dangle and movement. I just absolutely love those, and for me that's like the sweet size of a mini chandelier earring. To Sam's bead box, but I want to back up to the Didi's Deluxe bead box because this bracelet is absolutely stunning. This bracelet is a double link bracelet, and I just used some rings that I had in my stash. They didn't come in the box, but in the video I gave you some ideas for alternatives if you don't have rings in your stash. And it's like the coolest connecting project with those bamboo shaped gemstone beads, and it's just really beautiful. And there was little lampwork cubes in the Didi's Deluxe bead box, so I used a check glass leaf in one of those to make a little dangle, and I just love that. And then I did a lot of earrings this month. Also with Sam's bead box, I did quite a few pairs of earrings. So this is one. I'm going back and forth between Sam's and Didi's. This is one of the earrings that I did with Sam's bead box, and those purple garnet beads and this gorgeous check glass bead. I absolutely just, that box was so inspiring. Another Didi's Deluxe bead box. Those were the little lampwork cubes and the beautiful little maple leaves. And so I just did a little earring, and what's fun about these is that I had one little link of extender chain that I used on something. I had 2 links, and I used those for the dangle on these earrings. Aren't they fun? They're so autumnal but elegant. I really like those. Oh, and I'm gonna go back to the Adornable Elements Gemstone of the Month Club with the citrine, because those beautiful citrine coin beads and the rounds that I did the pendant with. I also did perfume bottle earrings. So these are shaped exactly like a perfume bottle, and they're just beautiful gemstone earrings. That beautiful citrine color is so lovely with gold. And very autumnal, you know, that yellow is very, that golden color is very autumnal, but also then, you know, when we go into spring and summer, the yellow is great for spring and summer jewelry and fashion as well. So there was that. And then my dollar bead box, I am actually wearing one of the necklaces that I did with dollar bead box. So let me back up and stand up. This is the charm necklace that I did with my dollar bead box and dollar bead bag for this month. It is so beautiful and autumnal and so dangly. I think I'm gonna wear this tonight to dinner. Isn't that just stunning? I absolutely love this necklace. It's lightweight. This check glass faceted round, the color of it was just spoke to me, and those little tiny pops of red and orange. And this necklace was so fun to make because no 2 of the charms on my necklace are the same. So I sat and just had fun just making a bunch of little dangles, and then stringing is even more fun after you have done all of that. So, and I also did earrings with that box. This is one pair of the earrings. Where are my earrings? These little geometry earrings. There was a check glass mix and check glass faceted rounds from the add-on dollar bead bag, and I made my own ear wires for this. The ear wires are shaped like a triangle because I did this little geometry of like a cylinder downward piece and then the triangle, and I just love those. I could wear those tonight as well. The problem is I don't have enough ears. So, but I really like a lot of the, you know, when the boxes are that good, it's so easy to do really good designs. And then this was another one of my geometry earrings. I use the check glass faceted rounds and a little bit of wire to create a square that dangles. And I also made my own ear wires. I've been doing that a lot this month and showing you guys the different ways to make ear wires, but look how fun those are. They're so dangly. They're like, just for me, it's just the right size. I don't I don't really like giant earrings, but I do like earrings that move a lot, that really lights up your face, and I just love it. And that length is great because whether you wear a collared shirt or whatever you wear, that length doesn't interfere with your top or with your neckline. So let's see, what am I missing? I am missing a really couple of cool pairs of earrings that I did with the Craftica boxes. You guys, I know that I'm all over the place, but I'm a little bit late again, and you know, I make so much jewelry, and I know so many of you like the review of the different videos that I've done because it's easier to see if it's a project you'd want to try when you actually see it on, you know. So I know you like them, but by the time I get to the end of the month, I'm thinking, oh, what box was that? You know, like I'm not sure what, because I make so much jewelry. But this was a scrap of this olive colored, really neutral colored enamel green chain, and I used some of the beads from the Craftica, one of the Craftica boxes. I review both of them for you guys every month, and they're always great. They are packed with very, very high quality check glass, and so like this is such a simple design, but I totally love it, and I love the colors, and it's just so perfect for this time of year. And then I did another earring with that box. This is like a circle earring that dangles, and there's a little owl at the bottom. And this one's pretty long. This is a shoulder duster. So this is pretty dramatic. If you had like a fall sweater that didn't have a collar, this would be a really pretty earring for that. And then you really wouldn't need any other jewelry because this is pretty, you know, a pretty long earring. But you could modify it with only 2 rings or take the owl off. And I love it. I might just remove the owl and just keep it as a you know, as a ring. And then I'd wear it all year long. And there was a couple of other pairs of earrings, but I did want to share with you the video that just went up yesterday. I think if that's my schedule correctly. I haven't done a video with Tila beads in, gosh, maybe over a year. And this little design was rattling around in my head to use Tila beads to make a little minimalist necklace bar. And I used a really petite ball chain. And in this video, I showed you guys how to modify a ball chain and how to work with these clamshell, double loop clamshells that fit over the ball chain. It's super easy, but I thought, well, it's a finding that maybe not everybody has worked with. And so I modified a chain from the craft store and even created my own extender chain. I lost the word for extender chain. My brain is not engaged, but I showed you guys how to get those little clamshell connectors onto a ball chain, and so you can, you know, make modifications. But I absolutely love the way that this turned out. It's lightweight, it's short. I have to say, this little bow hanging down my neck just makes me so happy. I almost always wear my hair up because it's so warm where I live. So anything that's pretty, like on the back of my necklace, I like that. And then in that video, I also did this really long Tila bead earring, and I put a little donut bead on the end. And so again, this is kind of like a shoulder duster length earring, but it's totally adjustable. You just wouldn't stack as many Tila beads if you wanted it to be shorter. But I wanted to get in all the colors that I did was this one playing a little bit long, and I think it's sweet. I love it. They're so fun and lightweight, and you know, a lot of times if you're in a warmer climate, or even if you're in a colder climate, so you bundle up a lot, maybe a necklace is not an option for you. So having a little bit bolder earring and then doing, you know, a bracelet is maybe what you would wear more. At least for me, that's true. And then the little glass donuts that were on the end of those earrings in my Didi's Deluxe Bead Box, where I did the stick earrings and stick pendant, I also did a little glass donut colorful charm bracelet, and this is absolutely delightful. This is a project that anybody could make. If you are brand new and you just want to practice opening and closing jump rings and just like, you know, playing with your beads, this is so easy to accomplish, so fun to wear, and just absolutely wonderful and inexpensive, very inexpensive. You could use almost any chain for the base or create one by connecting jump rings. And in this video, I gave like some of my ideas for how you could modify that. And then I cannot end my video recap without talking about the bezeling that I have been doing on my chatons, rivolis, and cabochons. Oh my goodness, my brain is just not. This is what happens when you get overly tired. When I'm at the hospital, I don't sleep. And we were there for 6 days, and I don't sleep. They have a chair with like a footrest that pops up. They call it a recliner. I do not call it a recliner. It is a chair, but I stay in that chair next to my son's bed, and he likes to see me. He gets really anxious when he's in the hospital, and so it takes me days to recover from basically staying awake, you know, night and day for a week. And so that's where I'm at. I'm not articulate. I can't even say the word articulate, but I did get my bezel video done, and this is the most simple bezel you can do, and I really feel like that even a beginner could do this, even if you're new to needle and thread projects. And I did not skip a step in this video. Like, my tutorial is setting you up for success if you like the way that this looks. And I also showed you how to do a ring and add your band, and how to make a bail if you would prefer to do it as a pendant. And I did quite a few of these, and just kind of talk to you a little bit about choosing your stone in the middle. And this was all prompted. I have been wearing this ring a lot. My friend Gail, I offered her a mother of pearl, or opal, sorry, not mother of pearl, an opal cabochon. They were left in my mother's things when she passed away, and I have quite a few of them. And I gave her the bag and said, you know, choose one for yourself, because I know she likes to do bezels. And she did choose one, but she did the bezel for me, and then she gave it to me, and I just put the band on it so I could, you know, get my size right. And so I've been wearing this ring a lot, and so many of you have asked me to do a tutorial, but I didn't do one because I didn't know exactly what Gail did. But we were together at our Bead Society meeting, and everybody was working on peyote stitch, on a peyote stitch bracelet, and we worked on bezeling cabochons and chatons and rivolis. You know, it doesn't really matter which stone. This bezel will work for any of those stones. So whatever you have that you want to practice on, you'll, I really feel like with this video, my instructions are step by step and very easy to follow. I think they are. That was my goal anyway, because there's so many channels that do bead weaving, and they are they're great if you know what you're doing. But I find myself some of the ones where there is no speaking, just getting kind of lost trying to see what they're doing, and they fast forward and then trying to read on the screen like which bead they're on. And I thought to myself, I think I need to like really slow this down, because I know there's a lot of new people that would be interested in this, but they need a little bit better instruction. So that's what I tried to do. If you're advanced, it might be a really boring tutorial for you. But if you're brand new and you're thinking, I'd love to do that, but I just don't have the guts, you know, hopefully that will inspire you. Okay, and I am gonna wrap up my video, my recap video, with a special hug and a special thank you to our friend Dorothy Pruden. If you're a comment reader, you probably feel like you know her like I do, because she's a very loyal supporter of our channel and our community here. And she sent me this really sweet little, like just a little friend gift. I have her handwriting inside, and just, it was just a delight. I wish that so many of you, I wish this, that you lived closer, because my friends and I trade beads and share things all the time. And it just gets so expensive to send things to each other. But, you know, some of you are just amazing at that. But I'll put up some pictures of the box that I opened. She sent me this absolutely gorgeous pink and gold tassel, and I think that would just be beautiful with one of my handmade boho beads. So I was beyond thrilled to get that. And look at this amazing ceramic bead. Look at this guy. That is absolutely gorgeous. And she wrote a little note on everything. She said, I believe this came from Didi Beads. I don't know, because I haven't seen this anywhere. I mean, there are a lot of beads out in the world, but she put like a cute little notes on everything. And some of the things she put in here, I just adore. I have to open this. This is a little like lantern, but it's like a little trinket box. And it opens. You just snap this open. You just snap this open, and then you could put a lava bead in there with some scent on it, or you could put a lock of hair, or, you know, a favorite stone, if you have like a favorite stone in there. And it's really got a nice secure closure, and that would just be so pretty to add as a pendant and bead something up both sides. And then in this little box, look at this little box, it's so sweet. It has a little polka dot bow. She put a little note in here. Look at this. These are just gorgeous, beautiful acrylic bell flowers, and it looks like they've been hand painted. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And look at this sweet little charm. It's so perfect for me. It says, I love the beach, and I do love the beach. That would make an adorable bookmarker for a beach read. Just so sweet. And then, I mean, I just love everything that she sent me, and I can tell that she watches all my videos and that she actually listens to me, because what she sent me are all things that I love. Look at these little floofies. These are so cute. I don't have these at all. I don't know where she got these, but they have a little tiny, like, I don't know if you can see, a little jump ring in the top. So it's like a little silky flower pom-pom, and I just love them. And I love this teal color. It's so pretty with burgundy and raspberry pink. And then what else? Oh, she sent me some gorgeous Tibetan brass. And these are turquoise, lapis, and red coral. I love these. I have maybe 3 or 4 of these in my stash that I pick up at bead shops. But look at this long one. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love that. That would make a stunning Y necklace. I don't want to drop them, but look at this. Isn't that so pretty? And all these cool shapes. And look at this one. Aren't they just beautiful? I just love those two. They're so wonderful. And what else is in my, oh, she sent me some recycled glass from the Krobo tribe. Where is the other one? Which I love. I don't do a lot of African glass, but I love it. One of my best friends is from Kenya, so anything from Kenya, or it always reminds me of her. But I love this kind of glass. I love how opaque and frosted it is. And something else that I love, in fact, I had these in my cart from Lima Beads. These are from Kenya. These are little tiny brass spacer beads, little donut brass spacer beads. I was thrilled to get those. She shared some glass rings with me. These are from Italy, and there's a few colors of those. And one other thing I saw in here, I mean, everything was delightful, but oh gosh, these. Look at these. These are Mille Fiori from Napoli, which is Naples, Italy. They're lampwork beads in little discs in all these bright colors. I mean, just so sweet. Oh, there was another thing that was thrilled me, because I actually had this in my cart. Oh my goodness, where is it? I had this in my cart in one some bead order, and I hadn't checked out yet. I'm going to take it out of the bag. It's a little lampwork bead with a flamingo on the front. I put my hand behind it. Look at that. It's a little flamingo lampwork bead, and you can see the water and the sky behind him, and he's two-sided. And I actually had this little guy or something very similar to this in my cart. I just wanted it for my lampwork collection. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Dorothy. You are amazing. And if you guys are new here, those of you, we have a lot of new people to the community. So I do these little try-on kind of video recap and kind of life update, and anything that you guys have shared with me about once a month. I was going to try to do them earlier or more frequently, but it never seems to happen. But what I do when I edit the video is I will list in the description box under this video in the order that I've tried things on. So if you see a project that you'd like to see the full video, it's in the order that I showed it. And today it's going to be difficult because I jumped around a little bit. Like I said, I'm jet lagged, but not in a good way, not for any good reason. I don't have any good pictures or any of that. And I am going to keep filming when I do my nature walks because I've gotten such lovely feedback from all of you. And I love it. I love taking my camera and going to see what all the animals are doing. And this past month, I even caught on film a hawk who had caught something, and he was on the ground and he was eating whatever he caught. And you know, that's a little bit rare to see. So that was really a cool video. So I hope you guys will continue to enjoy those, and I hope you're really having a wonderful fall. And I am excited to say that we're approaching the Jesse James Beads Winter Workshop. I am starting to work on my video. Those kits are ready. So I'm starting to work on my video tutorial, and if you're interested, I think there are still a few slots left, a few kits left. Last time I checked, I think there are. And come and hang out with all of us. There's so many wonderful projects. I'm looking forward to the projects myself, not only the one that I get to do, but learning from all the other instructors too. So, you know, maybe think about joining us for the winter workshop, and Sarah James has given a special discount just to you guys, just for that, separate from my discount code that works on the website or the Magical Mystery Bead Box. So those of you that would like to join us, maybe, you know, you get that discount. Okay, you guys, I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Ciao.